It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, Ms Rees, and thank you to the honourable member for Carshalton for calling this debate today. You may find me on a regular basis in Stroud balancing food on my baby's head, having already stuffed my pockets and her sling full of my purchases as I join millions of people who refuse to pay 10p for a carrier bag. This shopping baby juggling was unthinkable even 5 years ago, but the government's determination to bring about meaningful change has led, as we've already heard, to a 95% cut in plastic bag sales in major supermarkets since 2015. So when I start worrying about the scale of the issue regarding plastic pollution, I think about this change of behaviour on carrier bags because it gives me hope. And by golly, do we need hope on plastic pollution, because the UK is a world leader, but it is still estimated that 5 million tonnes of plastic is used here every year, and nearly half of that is packaging. 8 billion drinks containers include plastic containers, either end up landfilled, incinerated, or lost in our precious environments. Plastic waste will last centuries in landfill. They pollute soils, rivers, wetlands and oceans. They harm the creatures that inhabit them and weaken our environmental infrastructure that is not only essential for our ecosystems, it's essential for our futures. Closer to home, in Stroud, littering and fly tipping is a constant feature of correspondence, casework and the local council's work. As the member for Carshalton mentioned, children are really exercised by this, and I regularly receive letters from schools too. Our farmers have reported livestock being harmed from digesting plastic rubbish, and local people want to see massive corporations like McDonald's and Tesco's taking responsibility for the litter that flows from their stores. I have to say, COVID has not helped. Masks like the ones we are wearing around this room are often found on the streets. The government has hugely increased the fines that can be implemented on litter, but in my view we do need to see regular prosecutions to create the serious deterrence. I'm proud that Stroud is the greenest constituency in the greenest county of Gloucestershire, and we're already punching above our weight. One of the volunteer groups called Stroud District Action on Plastic works with individuals, businesses, schools, clubs and other community organisations to reduce their plastic footprint. They were accredited by Surfers Against Sewage in 2020. We've got zero waste environmental shops like the Green Shop in Bisley, Waste Not Want Not in Berkeley, Loose in Stroud, Stroud Cove Food Hub, Stroud Valleys Project, Shiny Goodness Health Store in Nailsworth, and the Beeswax Wraps in Nailsworth. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but you will probably tell me to be quiet. What are our asks? There are absolutely no question in my mind that the Conservative government is working incredibly hard in this area. The Environment Bill gives a range of new powers, and our creation of the Blue Planet Fund will help developing nations tackle marine plastic pollution, so not just here. We've restricted plastic straws. You've heard the range and the list of things that we've done. But I think I would like to raise something that one of my constituents is doing, and he works for an organisation called City to Sea, and they're calling for the ban on plastic plates, cutlery and polystyrene cups to be considered even more swiftly than we are doing with our autumn consultation, and for those bans to be brought in as a matter of urgency. I do support that, and I'll press for this. Secondly, I think the government's proposed deposit return scheme is excellent, but can and should go further with the all-in system that you've heard about. This would capture 23 billion drinks containers a year, while the limited system would only capture about 7.4 billion. And I recognise my friend on my left's suggestion that technology could be used better as well. But I'm grateful for the time today, and I hope Stroud's successes will spur a lot of people on as well. Thank you.